Evening, April 23rd, 2026. Enid, Oklahoma. A tornado strong enough to flatten entire neighborhoods stayed on the ground for over 40 minutes. It hit homes, it struck a military base, and when it finally passed, what remained was not just destruction, but a question that left even meteorologists silent. On April 23rd, 2026, in a city of around 50,000 people, a weather event began to form. At first, nothing seemed unusual. A storm, routine warnings, but what no one realized was that they were about to face a worst-case scenario.
Please don't be that hangar. No. Oh,
All right, we're about 2 minutes away from a cut-in on Channel 6.
Straight north winds.
We will be cutting away. It'd be north of you, Bob. It'd be like up toward Newkirk.
Yeah, I can't really tell you that right now. We were on our...
By the time the first warnings were issued, the atmosphere was already unstable. Warm, moist air, rising, cold air, pushing down, energy, building quietly, like a bomb, waiting to explode. And then it happened. A tornado formed near Enid, but what made it terrifying was not its appearance, it was how it moved. It didn't rush forward, it slowed down. This is what most people don't understand. The slower a tornado moves, the more dangerous it becomes, because it doesn't just strike, it grinds. For more than 40 minutes, this tornado stayed on the ground, maintaining strength, continuing destruction. This was no longer a passing storm. It was a sustained force of devastation.
Tornado, look at that. It's a satellite tornado. Good night.
Give it that thing, please.
Oh, my man.
Oh my.
In the Gray Ridge neighborhood, a mother held her child tightly. They were inside a storm shelter. Above them, their home began to come apart. The sound of wind was no longer just wind. It became a roar, deep, heavy, violent. For a few moments, time stopped. There was only fear and hope. When they came out, their house was gone. This was not a single tornado. That night, at least 12, possibly up to 17 tornadoes were reported across multiple states. Wind speeds exceeded 260 kilometers per hour, enough to tear roofs apart, flip vehicles, flatten entire structures. This tornado may have reached EF4 intensity, and then it struck Vance Air Force Base, a military installation built for resilience. And yet, still affected, power failures, operations disrupted, which leads to one clear reality: nowhere is completely safe. After the storm, there was silence. Not peace, but a pause. Before people saw what was left. And that's why understanding disasters like this matters. If you believe knowledge can save lives, take a moment to support natural destruction. The cause lies in something called a cap, a layer of air trapping energy below. When it breaks, everything releases at once. That's when supercells form. Rotating storms capable of producing the most violent tornadoes on Earth.
Kind of get back over so we can get some better footage of your name.
At one point, 2 tornadoes merged. This is rare and extremely dangerous. When rotating systems combine, energy increases. Everything becomes more unstable, more unpredictable, and it wasn't just the tornado. Hail, up to 9 centimeters, widespread power outages, blocked roads. This was a compound disaster, multiple threats at once. Through the night, rescue teams moved through debris, searching, calling, listening. Time became everything. And then something almost impossible. No confirmed deaths. At least 10 people were injured, but no fatalities. In a disaster like this, that is extremely rare. Now imagine if this happened in many parts of Asia, where storm shelters are rare, warnings are inconsistent. The outcome might be very different. The next morning, Enid was damaged, but the people were not. They helped each other. They stood together. This is not just a disaster, it's a lesson. If this kind of analysis helps you understand the world better, consider subscribing to Natural Destruction. The Enid tornado, April 23rd, 2026, was not the deadliest, but it may be one of the most important because it showed us what happens when preparation meets disaster and survives.